It began in a field. No cameras, no witnesses, just silence until it was shattered by a scream. A brother lay lifeless, blood seeping into the earth, and standing over him was his own flesh and blood. The first crime in human history wasn't theft. It was murder. Cold, calculated, biblical. You're about to hear the story of a homicide so ancient, its shockwaves still shape the world today. This is Cain and Abel, the first blood, told through the lens of the crime and hooked formulas. Stay with us. The world had only just begun. No governments, no laws, no prisons. Just one family, the first humans exiled from paradise. Adam and Eve, cast out of Eden, bore two sons. Cain, the firstborn, was a farmer. Rugged, driven, always under the sun, turning cursed soil into crops. Abel, the younger, tended sheep. A quiet observer, often alone with his flock, in tune with the rhythms of nature and the voice of God. On the surface, they were just brothers. But something unseen was growing between them. Both men brought offerings to God. Cain offered fruits of the ground. Abel, the firstborn of his flock, fat portions, the best he had. And then the divine response. God favored Abel's offering. No lightning, no thunder, just silence for Cain. A quiet rejection. And that silence was louder than any sound. It broke something inside him. His face changed. His countenance fell. The seeds of envy sprouted. He didn't speak it aloud, but murder was already in his heart. God saw Cain's descent and warned him. Why are you angry? If you do what's right, you'll be accepted. But sin is crouching at your door. It desires you, but you must master it. A crossroads moment. A chance to change direction. But Cain didn't take it. One day, Cain invited Abel to the field. Was it routine? Was it a trap? We may never know. No witnesses. No weapons forged. Just earth, stone, and blood. Cain struck. A stone to the skull, perhaps. The Bible doesn't say. But the result? Abel's blood cried out from the ground. The first homicide. The first corpse. The first stain on human hands. Cain's motive wasn't just jealousy. It was rejection. It was comparison. He saw his brother as a rival, not a sibling. To Cain, God's silence felt like humiliation. And that humiliation curdled into rage. Abel wasn't arrogant. He didn't provoke Cain. He was just accepted. Sometimes the most dangerous thing you can be is favored. Then came the divine confrontation. God asked Cain a question piercing through the act. Where is your brother Abel? Cain answered with a lie. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? But the ground had already testified. Your brother's blood cries out to me from the earth. This wasn't a mystery that needed solving. It was a crime that needed reckoning. Cain was found guilty. But the punishment? Not death. Instead, you are cursed. The ground will no longer yield for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth. But even then, mercy. God placed a mark on Cain to protect him from vengeance. The first murderer was also the first to be shown grace. Abel's blood marked the earth, but it also marked history. This wasn't just a family tragedy, it was a template. For envy, for rage, for how quickly a heart can turn violent when it feels unseen. Cain walked away, alive, but never the same. A wanderer, marked, haunted by the blood of the brother he once walked beside. And the world was never innocent again. In the end, the story of Cain and Abel isn't just a tale from ancient scrolls. It's a mirror, reflecting what happens when pride overpowers love, when comparison turns to contempt. If you found this story gripping, subscribe for more Bible crime files, where we unravel the darkest chapters of sacred history. Like, comment, and tell us, was Cain a victim of rejection, or a killer by choice? This was Cain and Abel, the first blood. Until next time, stay curious, stay watchful. And remember, even the oldest crimes still speak.